Don't be afraid to take things apart. I think some of my best discoveries in life have been when I've taken things apart when I shouldn't have. Just a real quick tip on how to get the most out of your Marcel iron. I think most of us are familiar with this style of iron. It's got the spinning handle, very classic. I think a lot of us have one of these old irons rattling around in our drawer. One of the advantages of a curling wand is it has a longer barrel as opposed to the amount of functional barrel that we have here. A lot of stylists will just kind of life hack it and wrap around even the clamp. I've got something a little bit even better for you. First of all, most irons do not need this little thing here. This is meant to elevate the iron and keep it kind of from rolling around. But if I just, it's like a spring. If I just grab it, I can pop it right off. And check this out. I'm not going to burn this table. There is no contact with the surface of the table at all. It's really not an issue unless the barrel of your iron is larger than your handle. So with most of my irons, first thing I do is just pop this guy right off. But I want you to notice right here on the barrel of the iron how really the clamp prevents my hair from passing this point right here. And there's an entire inch, if not a little bit more, of the barrel left unused. The heating element is entirely part of that barrel, but it's just not, we're not able to get the hair around that. Well, if I just take my little screwdriver, these screws are super tiny. If you don't have a screwdriver, heck, use a butter knife, because this is just a real tiny screw. Just a real small screw out, and this will slide right off. The only other thing I need to do to this now is lock my barrel so it doesn't spin anymore. And now I have a functional wand. In less than 60 seconds, I've turned my Marcel iron into a wand and gained probably a 20% longer barrel. If we want to put it back together, no problem. We just need to remember that the handle doesn't go over the switches. Just put this back. If I line those up, the handle is over my switch, so we have to flip that around. There, now the handle isn't blocking any of my switches. I have switches on 3 sides of this barrel. Right there is where I want it to be. And we can very quickly, did I say very quickly? This is what happens when you try to show off. Hold it by the barrel, and that way we can make sure things are lined up and stay lined up and make it really easy to put them back in. These are designed so that you can't over tighten them. So you just make them nice and snug. If you really want all of your stuff in order, you can put this back on. The round part faces the handle. That way it sits properly. But once again, I find that the hair gets all tangled up in this thing. Grab it, get rid of it. You don't need it. It's no big deal. Maybe grab some tape and tape them to this. And that way, if you ever do want to put this back on, don't forget to lock your barrel. Now you have a fully functioning wand. You're able to put much more of that barrel to work for you. I need to find a sign off. I could just make fun of myself. I don't know. Wait. Turn your iron off before you try this. You're going to be holding it by the barrel. Probably some of my greatest mistakes in life have been taking things apart when I shouldn't. I don't know. We all have to learn, I guess.